Welcome to Dollar Side Hustle, your go-to podcast for all things side hustle.
Exactly.
Today, we're diving deep into the world of pet sitting.
Oh, nice.
It's a side hustle that's not just about puppy cuddles, but also about potentially padding your wallet.
That's right. We've got some great source material for today.
Okay, cool.
We'll be unpacking an article all about Kevin Liu,
Right.
who managed to rake in over $26,000 last year.
Whoa.
Just by pet sitting through the app Rover.
Okay, over 26 grand.
Mm-hmm.
That definitely got my attention.
Yeah.
I'm guessing a lot of our listeners are thinking, sign me up.
For sure.
But where do you even begin with something like this?
Well, Kevin's story is a fantastic example of how someone with zero prior experience can jump into this side hustle and find success.
Okay.
It all starts with choosing a platform like Rover.
Okay.
These apps connect pet sitters with owners looking for someone to care for their furry family members.
So it's like a digital matchmaking service for pet lovers.
Exactly. You create a profile, highlight any experience you do have, even if it's just with your own pets. Set your rates, and list the services you're comfortable offering.
So let's say I'm totally new to this.
Okay.
What kind of things should I be thinking about when setting up my profile?
A strong profile is key to attracting clients.
Okay.
Think of it like your pet sitting resume. A clear, friendly photo of yourself is a must.
Okay.
Don't be afraid to let your personality shine through in your bio. Pet owners are looking for someone they can trust with their beloved animals.
Makes sense. You want to build that rapport right from the start.
Absolutely. And don't forget about those all-important practical details. Be upfront about your availability, the types of pets you're comfortable with, and any specific skills you have, like experience with senior dogs or administering medication.
It's all about setting those expectations early on.
Precisely now, once your profile is polished and ready to go, the next hurdle is figuring out what to charge.
Yeah.
This is where a lot of new pet sitters stumble, and Kevin was no exception.
Yeah, he mentioned in the article that he initially undercharged and quickly realized it wasn't sustainable.
Right, because you need to factor in a few things when setting your rates for time, obviously, but also travel expenses, the level of care required, and any additional services you offer.
Okay, so it's a bit more nuanced than just picking a random hourly rate.
Right.
What are some good benchmarks for a beginner to consider?
It really varies depending on your location and the specific services you provide.
Okay.
But take dog walking, for example. In many areas, you can comfortably charge anywhere from $15 to $25 for a 30-minute walk.
Not bad for a side hustle.
Exactly. And remember, you can adjust your rates as you gain experience and build a client base.
Okay.
Kevin, for instance, started out charging significantly less and eventually worked his way up to $170 per day for house sitting.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
So there's definitely potential for growth in the side hustle.
Absolutely.
But I'm curious, how did Kevin manage to attract so many clients? Was it all word of mouth?
Word of mouth referrals are fantastic, but Kevin had another trick up his sleeve: social media.
Oh, interesting.
He started creating short, engaging videos on TikTok,
Really?
sharing pet care tips and showcasing his pet sitting adventures.
Hold on, TikTok for pet sitting.
Yeah.
That's pretty clever.
It was a stroke of genius, really. He tapped into a massive audience of pet lovers and turned his TikTok account into a powerful marketing tool.
So it's not just about posting cute puppy pics.
Not at all. Kevin strategically used his videos to demonstrate his expertise, build trust, and showcase his personality. He even managed to snag clients in different states thanks to the viral reach of his content.
That's amazing. So what's the takeaway here for our listeners who are thinking, okay, I'm sold on pet sitting, but I'm not exactly a social media whiz?
Well, social media can be a fantastic tool, but it's not the only way to build a client base.
Right.
Positive reviews and referrals from satisfied clients are gold in this industry.
So basically go above and beyond for those furry clients, build those relationships, and the good word will spread.
Delivering exceptional service is the best marketing you can do.
Okay, so we've got the profile set up, the pricing figured out, where we're starting to build that client base. But let's be real, no side hustle is all sunshine and rainbows.
True.
Did Kevin run into any unexpected challenges along the way?
Well, remember that story about the tree falling on the house?
Oh, yeah. Talk about a homeowner's worst nightmare. Thankfully, no one was hurt.
Right.
But it does highlight the fact that even with the best planning, unexpected things can and do happen.
Absolutely. You need to be adaptable, resourceful, and have solid problem-solving skills.
Yeah.
You might encounter a pet who gets sick, has a behavioral issue, or even tries to make a daring escape. It's all part of the job.
So it's not just about cuddling puppies. You need to be prepared for the unexpected and think on your feet.
Exactly. You're essentially stepping into the role of a pet parent, and that comes with a certain level of responsibility.
This is where things get really interesting, and we'll dive deeper into that right after a
Good.
quick break.
Sounds good.
Stick with us.
Struggling to make money online? Most businesses fail because they're missing one key piece of the puzzle. This new system can help you earn up to $3,493 with no selling. And it all starts with a free webinar happening in just a few hours. Here's what you'll learn: the exact system that's generated over $23 million online and how to use it yourself. The 3 biggest reasons online businesses fail. How to activate 3 profit levers to start making real money. Don't miss this chance. Visit dollarsidehustle.com/no-selling to get started today. Tired of spending hours on social media for free? What if you could actually get paid for it? If you've ever posted on Facebook, tweeted, or watched a YouTube video, you've already got what it takes. Companies are shelling out billions on social media, and now they're looking for people like you to upload content and keep things buzzing online. We're talking about jobs that pay up to $280 a day, or $35 an hour, to do what you're already doing. No fancy skills, just a connection, some basic posting, and you're good to go. Ready to turn scrolling into earning? Check out dollarsidehustle.com/social media jobs and start making money from your posts today.
Before we went to break, we were talking about some of the unexpected challenges that can come up in pet sitting. I think it's a good reminder that this side hustle isn't just about hanging out with cute animals.
Yeah, it's definitely not all fun and games. You need to be responsible, reliable, and prepared for anything. But I'm curious, how do you even begin to prepare for the unexpected? What are some practical things pet sitters can do to ensure the safety and well-being of their furry clients?
One of the most important things you can do is invest in some basic pet first aid and CPR training.
Oh, that's a good idea. I never would thought of that.
It's something that every pet sitter should consider. Knowing how to handle common pet emergencies, like choking heat stroke or even minor injuries, can make all the difference in those critical moments.
I bet that would give pet owners a lot of peace of mind, too, knowing that their sitter is equipped to handle those situations.
Absolutely. And speaking of peace of mind, clear communication is another crucial element of responsible pet sitting.
Right, because even if you're doing an amazing job, if the pet owner's in the dark about what's going on, they're going to worry.
Exactly. Regular updates, photos, and even short videos can go a long way in keeping pet owners informed and reassured. It's all about building that trust and transparency.
So it's not just about caring for the pet, it's about building a relationship with the owner as well.
Precisely. And that brings us to another important aspect of pet sitting: managing expectations.
Now, this is something Kevin touched on in the article. He mentioned being upfront about his pricing and the services he offers right from the start.
Right, because miscommunication or unmet expectations can lead to all sorts of problems down the line.
I imagine it could even lead to negative reviews or lost clients.
Exactly. So before you even accept a pet sitting gig, it's essential to have a thorough conversation with the owner, discuss their expectations, their pet's needs, your experience and limitations, and any potential concerns.
So it's like a mini interview process, getting to know the pet and the owner and making sure everyone is on the same page.
Exactly. And this is also a good time to discuss important logistical details like emergency contacts, vet information, and any specific instructions for feeding, medication, or exercise routines.
It's all about being prepared and organized, right?
Absolutely. And speaking of organization, let's shift gears for a moment and talk about the financial side of pet sitting. We mentioned earlier that Kevin made over $26,000 last year, but is that all profit, or are there expenses to consider?
That's a great question. I'm sure our listeners are curious about the nitty-gritty of making money from this side hustle.
Well, first of all, it's important to remember that platforms like Rover take a cut of your earnings. It's typically around 20%, so you need to factor that into your pricing.
Okay, so that $170 per day that Kevin was making isn't all going straight into his pocket.
Right, and on top of the platform fees, you'll also have expenses like travel costs, pet supplies, and potentially even marketing costs if you're using social media to promote your services.
So it's not just about setting an hourly rate and calling it a day. You need to have a good understanding of your expenses to ensure you're actually making a profit.
Exactly. And don't forget about taxes as a pet sitter. You're considered an independent contractor, which means you're responsible for paying your own self-employment taxes.
So a little financial planning goes a long way in assuring that your side hustle stays profitable and sustainable in the long run.
Absolutely. And that brings us to another crucial aspect of pet sitting work-life balance.
This is something I've been thinking about a lot.
Yeah.
It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of a new side hustle, but it's important to set boundaries and not let it take over your life.
Exactly. And this is where Kevin's story offers some valuable insights despite staying in different houses and managing multiple pets. He emphasized the importance of maintaining a consistent routine.
He mentioned sticking to his regular workout schedule, work hours, and even his sleep routine, right?
Yes, it's all about finding that balance between your pet sitting responsibilities, your existing commitments, and your personal well-being.
Because, let's face it, a burnt-out pet sitter is not going to be able to provide the best care for those furry clients.
Precisely. So it's essential to be realistic about the time commitment involved and to set boundaries to prevent overwork and exhaustion.
Okay, so we've talked about the practical aspects of pet sitting, the financial considerations, and the importance of work-life balance. But at the end of the day, it's the connection with those animals that makes this side hustle so appealing.
What are some tips for providing truly exceptional pet care and building those strong bonds with your furry clients?
That's a great question and one that we'll delve into right after a quick break. We'll be back with the final part of our pet sitting deep dive, so stay tuned.
Tired of the 9-to-5 grind? Check out this new $1,000 per day done-for-you website that generates automated income straight from your phone. It's simple to set up, takes just 15 minutes, and runs 24/7, earning for you while you relax. No experience needed, and it's available worldwide. Ready to start? Visit dollarsidehustle.com/cellphone income today. Done with the 9-to-5 grind and need a way to make extra cash? You can earn $20 to $50 an hour working from home on freelance tasks and projects. Set your own hours and work as much or as little as you like. No experience needed. We'll connect you with businesses looking for help with data entry, typing and writing, sales and marketing, customer service, online research. Ready to start? Visit dollarsidehustle.com/click-earners today.
Welcome back to Dollar Side Hustle.
Yes.
We're wrapping up our deep dive into pet sitting, and in this final part, we're getting to the heart of it all.
Yeah.
Building those bonds with our furry clients and providing top-notch care.
That's right, because at the end of the day, this side hustle is about more than just making money.
Right.
It's about providing a loving and safe environment for those pets while their owners are away.
So where do we even begin? What are some key things to keep in mind when we're actually on the job caring for these animals? Well, it all starts with understanding the individual needs and personality of each pet. Just like animals have their own unique quirks and preferences.
So it's not a one-size-fits-all approach.
Exactly. Some pets are super playful and energetic, while others are more laid back and prefer cuddles on the couch. Some might be anxious when left alone, while others are perfectly content to chill out and enjoy the peace and quiet.
It sounds like observation is key here.
Absolutely. Detailed instructions from the owner are essential, but paying close attention to the pet's behavior and body language will give you valuable insights into their needs and how best to care for them.
So we're almost like pet detectives gathering clues to create the perfect care plan.
I love that analogy. And speaking of care plans, let's talk about those all-important walks for a lot of dogs. This is the highlight of their day.
Yeah, it's their chance to stretch their legs, explore the neighborhood, sniff all the interesting smells.
Right. But it's important to remember that safety comes first. Always use a secure leash and harness. Be mindful of traffic and other animals, and be prepared for unexpected encounters.
So you need to be pretty aware of your surroundings. What are some things pet sitters should watch out for?
Well, for starters, you need to be prepared for different dog personalities and walking styles. A playful puppy might try to pull on the leash. A senior dog might need to take frequent breaks, and a reactive dog might need extra space from other dogs.
Okay. It sounds like flexibility and adaptability are key.
Absolutely. And it's always a good idea to familiarize yourself with the dog's usual walking route and any potential hazards or off-limits areas.
Okay, so we've covered walks, but what about those downtime moments?
Yeah.
How do you build that all-important bond with the pet and make sure they're happy and comfortable in your care?
That's where those cuddles and playtime come in. Spend quality time with the pet, engage in their favorite activities, offer comfort and affection. Some pets might be a bit shy or reserved at first, so patience is key.
So it's about reading their cues and respecting their boundaries.
Exactly. And don't underestimate the power of simply talking to them in a soothing voice. It can really help to calm their nerves and create a sense of security.
And I'm guessing regular communication with the owner is just as important.
Absolutely. Keeping the owner updated with photos, videos, and little anecdotes about their pet stay can go a long way in building trust and reassurance.
It shows that you're not just going through the motions, but that you genuinely care about their furry family member.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to go the extra mile. Little things like bringing in the mail, watering the plants, or leaving a thank you note for the owner can make a big difference.
It's all about exceeding expectations and creating a positive experience for both the pet and the owner.
Precisely. And that's what sets great pet sitters apart from the average ones.
Well, I think we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive. We've talked about everything from setting up your profile and pricing your services to managing expectations, handling unexpected challenges, and building those all-important bonds with our furry clients.
It's been a comprehensive journey into the world of pet sitting.
It really has. So for all our listeners out there who are ready to embark on this furry adventure, remember pet sitting is more than just a side hustle. It's a chance to combine your love of animals with the opportunity to earn some extra cash.
And who knows, you might just discover your passion for turning puppy cuddles into profit.
That's a great way to put it. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into pet sitting. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Dollar Side Hustle for more side hustle ideas, and be sure to check out the affiliate links in the show notes for some great resources on entrepreneurship and personal finance. The commissions from those links help keep this channel running, so thank you for your support. We'll catch you in the next episode. Catch you in the next episode. Catch you in the